That's nice and almost ASMR.
No, whisper. Right? Nah, I mean, once we start talking, I'll probably kick it up to like more of a, you know.
Get roll into it when you start arguing.
Yo,
you're like, no, I don't like that.
1 2 1 2. Trump, huh?
How do the mics sound when you go to the studios and stuff? Is it like crazy, like super crazy?
I mean,
like
every studio is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, my shit's cool. I got a nice little setup at the crib and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you do everything?
Yeah. If you saw my studio set up at the house, you'd be like, "Oh, I want to do my podcast
I
here."
would. I would. I have a buddy who has a studio too, and he was like, "Well, we could do that." And I'm like, "Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
We'll go do it." You know, I just want to check it out. Everything's been very amateur how I started setting it up, but it'll be really nice and set up soon.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, of course. I think if I wanted everything perfect, I'd probably never get this thing started.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'll just be fixing it up as it goes.
Yeah.
I'll announce it.
But yeah,
my
setup. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, sir.
Catching up. My studio at the house is like, it's a pretty cool little setup, and I use it for art studio too and shit.
Art studio?
Yeah, I mean it's a music studio, but like that's also where I do all my graphics and shit. So like basically I work all day and then go home and do like a second
Work
shift.
all night?
Yeah, pretty much.
But on things that you actually love doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different story. I can't wait. I wanna be able to be. I wanna be set up in a way where when I do perform the work that I do, which I want it to be media work, I want it to be like. You comfortable?
Yep.
Yeah. If you need to adjust it, or if you need to pick that up too, I can fix it in frame or whatever.
Sure.
If you feel uncomfortable. Yeah, I know. I just want to do media work. I like what I'm doing now, but it's like a plan B thing. You know.
The regular job?
The electrical stuff that I do now?
Yeah, that's like, I got a family to feed shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm trying to do it responsibly. Like, I don't want to just jump ship and be like, it's okay, I'll tough it out. But it's like, if I tough it out, like, everybody suffers, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not in the position to do that
you
like a single guy would.
Right. If you're going to follow your dreams, you could do whatever you want. And, you know, but once you got mouths to feed and shit like that, you can't just go for it willy-nilly. Like you got way more shit to think about.
I'm about to sit on the phone book right now.
But that's why I'm an old ass kid though, because it's like I never had to be responsible. It's really nice, dude.
Hey, a kid definitely changes up the gear.
100%.
Yeah, it's it even took me a bit, even after he was born,
to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, to realize that it had nothing to do with you anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've always felt that I could be that role. I was never scared of it because I always had my nephews, and it was the one thing where like one summer hit, and I'd love to hang out at my sister's, but I'd be the designated babysitter all year for the summer, right? So I'd had 3 solid months, and it would be like me and a 1-year-old baby, you know.
So you were used to it to a certain extent.
Yeah. And then with my family, it's always been a thing to always be very conscious of our siblings. So we'd always look out for each other, very protective of each other, and very unconditional.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 5.
Yeah.
It's so 5, and then but everybody's like everybody's 12 years apart or more.
Okay, so when you come from an environment where when you were a teenager, you were taking care of your younger siblings, like you're just kind of already used to like the ins and outs of making sure somebody's being watched and eating and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, that shit always. I never had that. It was just me and my brother, and then the idea of having a kid just always scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely was a little nerve-wracking though.
Nah, it was one of those things like my old man told me, like one of the things that stuck with me, I guess, as a kid, like, you know, I don't even remember what the circumstance was at the time, but he was like, hey, just to let you know, if you want to do whatever it is you want to do in life, do yourself a favor, don't get married and don't have kids. Like, I don't regret you guys. You guys probably saved my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is cool, but if you want to do what you want to do, take my advice. And I was like, oh, that's it definitely
it's good advice. I mean,
definitely sent me to the store for condoms as a kid, more than it may have.
So obviously we jumped in and then we just immediately started
Sure.
vibing on some topics.
Are you
But,
gonna introduce me?
Yeah. So a very late intro. Maybe I'll cut it and put it in the beginning. I don't know. We'll see how this works. It'll be all over the video title, anyways. But better late than never, right? What's up, guys? Welcome to Mirko Talks. Today's podcast guest is Mr. Banish Habitual.
We're on.
Yes, sir.
What's up? I want to shout out all my baby mamas. If you heard the first part of this conversation, you know that's bullshit. All right. Anyhow.
So, you are, just to give a little backstory of who you are and what you do, I mean, go ahead and let the audience know.
Oh, shit. I'm nobody. I do whatever I want. I guess, generally just like an artist when people ask, like, you know what I mean? I do graphic design. I do art. I make music. When I was young, I was drawing. When I was, you know what I mean? So I've always kind of been in some art space. Did the music thing for quite a while. And I'll still do it kind of leisurely. It's like, it's not a business so much as it's more like a glorified hobby at this point. Mm-hmm. It's like I still enjoy it, so I'll do it if I'm in the mood to do it, but it's not how I earn my income. But still pretty much just being in front of Max and doing art in some capacity. Yeah.
And originally you're from?
Chula Vista, yeah.
Chula Vista?
San Diego.
But you're not out there now, right?
Born and raised. I'm in Chula now, yeah.
Oh, you are in Chula? I thought you were like in Central.
This is the furthest I've driven all year. Low-key salty.
Yeah, East County is toasty.
Now, for the whole year, though, it's not even that it's hot. I just haven't left, like, it's been on COVID time. I haven't left the South Bay, bro. This is the first time I drove out of the South Bay all year.
It is,
it's been enjoyable.
It's very, everything's been very limited. I've just been pretty much quarantined to home.
Yeah.
Work and the grocery store.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think I've pretty much, I've gone to see a little bit of family here and there. It's my mom's birthday, so I went to go say hi. But other than that, like, nothing's too crazy.
How dare you?
I went to go say hi. It's all
family. For me, it's like I generally don't want to do shit anyway. So, like, this is kind of like, I was like, oh, this is great.
It's a reason now?
I have an excuse to not do anything? This is the shit.
And we're
having a barbecue for what it is. And I'm like, COVID. Hashtag COVID.
I know. They're going to clear it, and then you're going to be like, COVID?
I still don't really feel too comfortable, though. How many people are you having over? Yeah.
I wonder how that's going to go. Like, the day that they decide to clear it. Obviously, it's already... Hopefully, it'll feel as if it is. It's not as existent as it was now.
It exists now. Well, I was like low-key. I was low-key germaphobe before this shit happened. 10 years ago, I used to be, it was me and the Asian folk in the airport with masks on. Like, I was doing the mask thing before it was fucking the cool mandatory
like
thing to do, you know what I'm saying?
Japanese status? They have that courtesy?
Just, like, when you travel, you just realize how many people are sneezing and breathing and the air circulating in the plane, and it's just like, it's nasty. So I would do that shit anyway, because I would find myself like the only time I would get sick is when I was on planes and shit, or airports in general. So this isn't really all that new to me. It's just like a very heightened awareness, and I'm just more picky of the, you know what I mean, what I'm doing, where I'm doing, you know what I mean. And my girl's probably worse than me. She was like, you're going where? You go do that? I was like, no, it's just one-on-one. It's just, but where's he been? I was like, I don't know, but it's not, like, she was like, when this shit first hit, and like still to this point, like, we'll go do like a big grocery run, take that shit all into the garage, or filter it through the backyard and like spray that shit down with, like, you know what I mean, and then take the stuff in the house. And I'm not even really like, I'm into the whole like conspiracies and shit like that, and I haven't really previously been into politics since probably like the early 2000s. It's all garbage to me, but like, it's entertaining as fuck this year. This episode of the reality show is fire. So like, I've been tuned in. and I really don't have any invested interest, but not that I believe one way or another that like the COVID shit is a hoax or not, or like some people don't believe it's even real or what. Like I legit know people that have died from it, but
oh yeah, with this whole thing.
Yeah, but it's like to me, people are like, "Oh, you're taking this shit real serious," and I'm like, "Why not? I don't even want to get the regular flu, much less the shit that."
Well, the regular flu is, has killed more people, or if it's like,
I don't want none of that.
It's
shit.
just. It's all been here.
I don't want the sniffles.
It's all been here. I guess it's just a specific
strain.
Yes,
sure.
is now. It's just come to light. But there's been I mean, not to be quoted, but through any bits of research that have either come up to my face just because I'm browsing whatever I am on internet. I have looked up coronavirus stuff, COVID stuff, here and there, and they've shown studies of even just like the regular flu killing even more people than coronavirus has killed.
I feel like I definitely had it last time I came back from New York and shit, because I remember I was being careful and I had my mask and the whole nine, but there was definitely some coughing ass fools in the airport, and I remember getting really sick. It was late last year, so I was probably patient zero. I remember late December, I had a real bad cold. I don't remember not being able to smell or taste or nothing, but
was that part of the thing?
Yeah. It's one of the major things. So I don't know, but I don't whatever. I don't want none of this shit. So I'll distance.
Right on.
I'll mask. I'll glove. I don't give a fuck.
So, for you guys to get a little backstory too on us. So I met you. What would we say about within about a little over a year or about a year?
Yeah,
so
maybe
ago. And then that kind of clicked on that.
We met at that gay
bar.
That
video.
What?
That gay bar.
What?
That one.
What happened?
I saw you from a distance. And it was that one
through Castle, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
You did that feature?
Yeah, I went to go do the feature video with Mancini. Shout out to Mancini and Castle Money.
Yeah.
We were at Balboa Park.
Yep. Yeah. Where we had that dim lit.
That's the first time I've done so many, videos with different people, and sometimes it just clicks with people. You bounce ideas. You know what I'm saying. You just get a natural.
It's very flowy. Yeah. You gotta get people that are very accepting of others too, because when they're very tunnel vision to their idea, they could be very creative. But if you can't click with someone else,
sure.
It doesn't feel good for you. You don't feel it's not very cohesive.
Yeah.
It's very just.
I've also dealt with dudes that that they make good videos, because I've seen them. The videos are good, but when you talk to them, you're are you even understanding what I'm saying? It's hard to have just a natural vibe or whatever. But some things just kind of happen organically.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like how it was a real natural lit. That was more dim than that one video that we did.
Oh, the space, you mean?
Yeah. That at Balboa Park was very almost a little more of a harsher light. It wasn't as soft as the other spot that we hit in downtown and everything.
Right.
Where we were.
It's a soft yellow lit.
Yeah, that Tuscan lighting type thing. It was good though. I like that one.
Yeah, I mean, especially that, feature stuff and just shoot off the hip stuff. It's it's hit or miss.
How do you feel? So you've obviously done videos. You've obviously done features, and you have guys that are on the East Coast. You have guys on the West Coast. So I guess it's kind of a two-part question. So, number one, when you shoot your video, and you're the main, you're the main artist on the video or the song, and you shoot that, how do you feel when you feature? Do you feel less pressure, so you feel like you get a little more creative with it? Do you feel a little more laid back when you're a feature rather than the main artist? Because it's
for sure.
Yeah, how does that?
Yeah, well, just because it's I'm here as a guest of yours. I'm not going to tell you what you're supposed to be doing on your video. You're going to kind of guide me, which was nice early on too, because I used to kind of do my own treatments, my own directing, my own I would just early on you were linking people that were novice as I was, so you're bouncing ideas off somebody, but they're not I wasn't getting professionally made videos done early on, and so you're working with people that are kind of rough around the edges as well. so you want to communicate that with people as much as possible. But I was very much in on the concepts, the ideas, the locations. I probably scouted locations for every one of my videos for the first 10 videos. You know what I mean? It's just like I was invested in how it was going to look, where it was going to be. I wasn't even just doing like, it was a while before I got comfortable with just like you and I would be like, let's just go out and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a while before I was comfortable enough to know that I could just go find some fire shit, as opposed to like early on, like I would have things set up. It would be scouted locations. We're going here, we're going there. Not that I did. I scouted some shit for when we did or something.
Right, right. No,
but,
I know.
But when you're the guest, it's like I'm just showing up to somebody else's idea.
Mm-hmm.
This is your video.
Yeah.
Just coming in to fucking do my part. And
do you feel like you flow better when you are featured because you're not maybe thinking about or worried about other things or creatively directing?
Yeah, I think I'm able to kind of come out of director mode to actually be an artist when it's time to be in front of the camera. But if it's something that I don't have to worry about at all, depending on how well I know the verse, that lends to the comfortability of the situation. So if it's like, yo, we're shooting that video that for that song you recorded last week that I forgot already, or the one that we did 7 months ago that I forgot already, you know. So it, depending on how much time I have to kind of rememorize the verse, or if I'm doing it on the spot or whatever, that kind of plays into how comfortable I'm going to be doing it. But for the most part, it just kind of comes natural.
First, speaking of like how you're saying a few months ago, I don't know what I was looking up, and I don't know what I was looking up. I think I was looking up my name, and I was like, is my name coming up on something? Because I don't know, like I said, I don't know what I was referring to. I went on Google and I searched Mitico Media, and then your video popped up.
Googling himself and shit.
I Googled myself. And then I did. Like I said, I don't know what I did it for, but I Googled it, and then the video that we did popped up.
Okay.
And it popped up on some company, I don't know who it was, some magazine or some website or something. It was in February of this year.
Oh.
So I knew I saw stuff in the beginning when it was just out, but we had done that way before then, right? Way before February of this year. It was like the end of last year, wasn't it? Like August.
No,
or
it's
something?
definitely last year, because we shot a video right before I left to the East Coast, and then I think we did one like right when I came back. I think we did the final one right when I came back, so it was probably really late last year. I would imagine.
Okay. I don't remember that website, and so I was just I was like, oh, that's cool. Like it still, was a little relevant even after, a couple months after and whatnot.
Yeah, I wanted to work with somebody different for promotion. Like I was kind of I never really had like a good promo and marketing guy, as far as like somebody that could really get shit out there. And I didn't have a whole lot of money to invest in it, but like the person that I worked with at the time, one thing fell through with somebody, and then I ended up working with somebody else with it, and it was just kind of whatever. I think that's probably my downfall for projects, not having like enough good marketing and promotion for a project. That's
kind of been something I've been wanting to delve into a little bit. Personally, like for me, maybe to make that another I guess service that I could provide.
Yeah.
I haven't done too much. I always focus on this stuff. I focus on anything that has to do with the camera and my laptop pretty much. But what type of marketing do you find that works for you, or do you focus on that benefits you as an artist? Like
well, I mean, up until this point, fucking nothing has worked on.
No.
Like I got a couple albums that haven't done shit, you know what I mean? But it's like, for me, I came up in an era where like websites were big, and then blogs were a big deal, and then so like you go through certain waves of like what's the hot way to promote underground rap at the time, you know what I'm saying? So if it's blogs, and then they died, and then it was social media. So if you didn't have like a big social media following, or you didn't have somebody that was gonna do a reaction video to your album, or if you're not connected to like some of those tastemaker type people that are in social media in a big way, then like your shit wasn't really gonna do too much. Like you could have it on all the cool websites, and like nobody gave a fuck about websites anymore and shit. Like I've had my stuff on the Two Dope Boys and Hip Hop DX and all these, you know what I mean, different platforms, and didn't really move the needle per se, even when it was hot. And then now, like, I don't even think anybody goes to that shit, you know. I don't even know if people still do, like, do people still go on World Star and shit?
I don't know. I don't
Probably,
go on that.
but it's for like people
Stupid
getting
fights
yeah,
or
people getting
something.
punched and shit, and like, you know.
Maybe you need to punch people in your music
I've
videos.
thought about it for sure.
Don't punch me though. We still got the show going on.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I don't know, man. All I do know is what the new TV is the phone. What
Yeah,
the new
man.
cable is
YouTube.
all the Netflix and the Hulus,
Yep.
all those platforms. I mean, HBO now, Stars, all that stuff. Everything. Everybody wants to channel their show specific to their app, which makes sense. You know, it's the on-demand thing. I still kind of don't get why there are commercials on Hulu, even though you pay for it. But on Netflix, you pay for it, but there's no
I don't think I've ever been on Hulu.
commercial. No,
No.
commercial's pretty good. I mean, commercial's pretty good. Hulu's pretty good.
Hulu, yeah.
They have all kinds of shows. I watch a lot of stuff. I split my time between Netflix and Hulu.
Yeah, I just started getting into a few different Netflix things. I just like, I never had time really to spend too much time like getting into series and shit like that. So like I had like a certain handful of like funny to me reality TV shows that I would fuck with, and I would just record those, and like during dinner I would watch them.
You good?
Yeah, I'm sure.
The water?
No, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like I had my little week's worth of
Entertainment.
yeah,
type of distraction?
Love After Lockup and 90 Day Fiance and
Yeah.
all these things that I just
They
get
have
a
so
kick.
many.
I
They have
really
so many seasons now.
some of them
on
are-
the 90 Day.
Some of them are really good. 90 Days, cool, and it has its highlights still. But my new shit has been the Love After Lockup. Love
Yeah.
After Lockup is lit.
Oh no. My lady's been playing 90 Day Fiance, and I haven't like kept up like episode to episode. I just chime in whenever I see it on. I'll sit down, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're watching that, you know, and then there's no hope for me to change it anyway. So
Right.
I get into it, and it's not that it's a bad show. I just, you know, sometimes I'm like, I'm not out of nowhere trying to chime in, like turn it on. But when it's on, then I'm like, hey, what happened with Paul? What happened with Mike?
Paul?
What do you mean? What did he do?
Paul, look at Paul run.
Oh yeah, he saw. Oh,
Yeah,
he-
like I mean, there's highlight, you know, people in the show. So it's like, oh, like the preview of next episode is Colty is gonna take his shirt off on the beach, bro. Like I ain't gonna miss that, dude. That's fucking hilarious. So, like the
Colty?
certain parts of those shows, like I don't know what it is. Maybe
Col-
it makes me feel better about my life to see people's shitty lives. But
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is entertainment.
It-
Because whether, I mean, it's like kind of scripted or whatever some of the reality shows are, but it's like these are people, and people are nuts. So for me to kind of like from the outside looking in be like, yo, this is this goofy fuck's life, and he's chasing this broad in Brazil or whatever the case may be, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
that shit fascinates me.
Or they have the other way,
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
which is no. I know some of these people
Oh, yeah, yeah.
don't know about
Oh.
90 Day Fiance.
I'm
I know a lot of people do.
tuned in.
I know a lot of people do.
Yeah. But Love After
um,
Lockup, have you caught that one?
I think I saw like a couple episodes.
That's a different level of trash. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
It is kind of like, yeah, I'll pop in a couple beers and then I'm like watching it, and it's just even more entertaining because I'm just like laid back, relaxing, and then I just can't believe what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're like that one guy, that guy that you're talking about, Colty.
Colty.
So he called the cops
Shout
on
out
Homegirl. Homegirl goes, shout out to Colty. Homegirl goes to jail, and then comes back, and then I think he calls the cops on her again. Like, I don't understand why he has to call the cops, even if she's getting crazy. Like,
Right. Yeah, those Brazilian chicks, man.
Colombiana chicks too.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe he can't really handle himself. Oh, but he was in it with the new one. The new one just got done throwing her shoes at him.
That
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah, Colty. Yeah. He went back for another Brazilian chick.
did?
Yeah, took his mom down there with him, and his mom's funny. Shout out to Deb.
Oh, dude.
She was like, so they had like, there's this one chick that he used to that he fucked at some point, but they're just friends now, but she knew about her, and she's like, I don't want you to talk to her no more.
She knew about the old Larissa girl.
No,
right?
no. This is a chick named Vanessa.
Yeah, but that Vanessa girl knew about his ex, the other Colombian or Brazilian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they had kind of a, but they're just friends now. So now he's with this new chick, and the new chick was like, I don't want you to talk to this chick no more. And he was like, cool, I don't talk to her no more. We're just friends. Everything's cool. Well, the mom kind of seen what was going on, and the mom's not really feeling this shit at all. She's like, this is round 2. You're doing the same thing you did with Larissa. So they had that chick, Vanessa, was staying at their house watching the cats, babysitting the cats, unbeknownst to her, right? So then mom's sitting there.
So this is the third girl that he's with.
Yeah. So they come into the hotel room, right? And mom just had gotten off of a FaceTime call with Vanessa at home with the cats.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, that's sweet. I just talked to Vanessa. She said the cats are doing good. Look at this video she sent or whatever. And she looks at Colty like, what do you mean Vanessa's at your house watching the cats? You said you don't talk to her no more. That shit went well.
I don't think
that was good.
I'm gonna have to tell her to watch that because she hasn't seen it.
Oh, no, that's good.
She probably didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't watch this, Vasti. It might be a little bit of a
spoiler.
spoiler.
It's like it's kind of easy to see what happens, but you see the dude from North Park? There was on there.
No,
the dude with no neck.
Oh yeah. My lady
Big
took a picture with him at PB. He was in PB and
Big Ed. Shout out Big Ed.
Shout out Mr. My Best View.
Yeah, Big Ed was another highlight character.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch too much of him, but he definitely has a unique look. I couldn't miss him if I ever saw him.
He used to be a stud, dude. They showed like pictures of him back in the day and shit. You're like, that's a whole different guy. That's fun.
I thought that was a no-neck joke.
Man. No,
I thought that was a no-neck joke. He used to be a stud.
He used to be a stud. Ba-dum-bum. Yeah, those are good times, man. I really, you know what's fun? Getting fat is fun, dude. I've just been getting fat, dude. I put on like a nice COVID 30.
Yeah, I have a good COVID 20.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get that off in some way, but sweating sucks. Yeah, but
I've been outside, so I've been like staying level now.
You work out working.
Yeah,
kind of, right?
Kind of.
I sit in front of computers, then I go home. I just been drinking and smoking and
yeah, I've been drinking,
eating whatever. So,
and then when I do podcasts, I drink too. So.
Yeah,
I use that as an excuse.
I
gotta relax. I'm hanging out. I'm like, you guys need a relaxed me, a relaxed guest. Yeah, it's kind of how the whole thing vibes.
I figure one day I'll get back out into the world and then I'll probably tighten it up again.
Yeah, but not yet. We'll take it easy right now.
No, until then it's just 2XL tall Carhartt tees.
Yeah, in case you guys want to donate, you guys send it. You guys hit me up. Send the DM. You guys know the Instagram. You guys know the.
Oh yeah.
You guys know the message.
Send me all the Carhartt. Get another one of those guys.
Yeah.
Por favor.
Yes. That was good, huh?
My man.
Union Jack. I don't know. I haven't tried these. These are Firestone Walker.
Citrus.
That's from San Diego.
Citrus is always good.
Firestone's from San Diego.
IPA. San Diego has.
No, never mind. I lied. But it's from Cali.
Mad breweries in San Diego.
Paso Robles.
Oh yeah.
Dude, there's a crap load of breweries out here. This is capital, no?
Yeah.
It's like brewery capital.
Which, however many survived.
Yeah, that's true.
R.I.P. to the ones that.
Well, at least they could deliver. It's not like they had many customers coming in, anyways, right?
Some of the places, it was like that was their whole thing, was an environment. They had, it was like that was the whole.
They just sell growlers and stuff.
Yeah, it was like a bar type environment. So it's hard for. We back on?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Fuck rap, bro.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what I was talking about, dude. Now, y'all, I'll kind of go through phases of like being into something, not being into something. I'll finish up something, and then like I dove deep into like my sneaker collecting habit for like a long time, or I'll dive back into fucking with my car. I'll dive back into graphics or whatever it is that really like pulls my interest at the time. But if like something particular happens that kind of like sparks some creativity, or something that happens that makes me want to say something, or somebody sends me a batch of beats that really kind of gets me excited, something like that can like light a fire under my ass and kind of spark the feeling back. But for the most part, I don't know, like right now, like currently, like I'll be like, oh, I don't know, I could see like another album in like 2023 if we make it.
Oh, I think we'll make it. I just think we're gonna be weeded out a bit.
Yeah. Now I think I probably have one more solid project in me before I.
You think you'll stop soon, though?
Call it a day.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like as easy as you've been taking it, in a sense, not that you don't give it, when you do it, you don't give it your time, but I just feel like because you haven't been burning yourself out, that I would assume that would leave you with a lot of passion and love for that art to keep going for a while.
I mean, that could lend to longevity, right? Obviously, not putting pressure on yourself, not having to pay any bills off it or whatever. Like I said, like as long as you have a passion for fucking playing softball on the weekends, you know what I'm saying? You'll play as long as you're physically able to play.
Yeah.
So I can't ever say that I'm gonna sell the studio and never record another song again. Like, I've always kind of been one of those people that felt that, like, in some way, shape, or form, I'd be involved, whether it was getting back to production or, like, fucking with a younger artist that I saw something in and trying to kind of help them out or whatever. So I'm kind of open to, like, wherever it might take me.
Right.
But as far as, like, trying to, quote unquote, get on or do or be successful or whatever the case may be, it's just more kind of like, I do it. That's the luxury of being able to do it when I feel like it. Do it when it's fun. So I kind of enjoy that. I think it's no pressure.
I think that's a good approach too, just because, I mean, no one's guaranteed. Obviously,
I don't think it's a good approach. I don't think it's a good approach for somebody that's young, somebody in their 20s, somebody that's, you know what I mean. Like this is like me being involved for so long that this is what it's come to. Now, if you're 23 and you're like, I grind hard, go for it, follow your dream, you know what I mean, do all that shit. For me, at this point where I'm at, it's like, okay, I've done X, Y, and Z. This didn't work out. This didn't pan out. I was able to do this or this, and I've gotten to do quite a few things that maybe like your typical artist wouldn't get an opportunity to do.
Right.
But it comes a time where you're like, okay, like this didn't pan out financially. I have to figure, you know what I mean? You kind of just figure some other things out, and then, if you want to do it for fun, then you can.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, like, the approach right now seems like it's a good way to approach it. You're not getting frustrated with it.
Right.
You're just kind of letting it flow, which means everything comes out natural, and then nothing sounds forced, feels forced, and people don't listen to somebody forcing music upon them,
Right.
It just kind of comes out, and then you deliver, and then even when you make a music video, and then, like, everything's very easy when we make it, or when we have made them. So I think it's
it always depends on how much I want to invest, whether it's time or money or whatever the case may be. So, and depending on upon what I have going on in life, it might be like, this I could see if I wouldn't have just finished up the project that I did, that maybe this whole thing could have sparked really hunkering down in the studio and having some time to, like, finish up something or work on something new. But then it's also hard to be in a very heavily controversial climate and maybe not want to speak on certain things or want to speak on certain things. So it's like how do you write a verse right now and not talk about what's going on right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of have to, like...
do you think it sounds selfish?
I'm extremely
in a way,
selfish
to not speak about it, like to show, like, you. Do you think it makes you look careless, or like you don't like you don't care?
No, I mean, I think anybody that knows me knows I don't give a fuck about any of the shit. So I mean, I don't feel like a responsibility to speak on. I'm not a politically charged artist. I've never been the type to, like, touch on certain topics. You know what I mean? My whole last project was kind of more based around.
It was more like your perspective.
Yeah,
or your perception
on technology and shit. You know what I mean?
On the innovative times right now.
So I've never been the one to, like, speak on certain things, certain shit. I feel like it's not even my place to do so. But
I really like how these cans look. Sorry.
Yeah,
I like how they're all just.
A buddy of mine at work designs cans for shout out to Wild Barrel. Yeah, he does all the
I get
cans for
confused.
them.
These
And
are
it's like it's a
This
cool
is like a grapefruit one.
it's a cool kind of graphic design thing to
I don't
to
know,
do
maybe
the,
right
do the
here.
cans and shit.
This one looks pretty cool. Looks
I
like
saw
the cover of the Fog.
I saw the graffiti one too not too
Yeah.
long ago. That was pretty sick.
And then this one's just like real simple, but it's dope. You know,
It's fly, Jack.
it's really nice.
It's fly, Jack.
That one's pretty cool too. That one looks like a.
But yeah, I've done like a couple guest verses that I've done where I've kind of like loosely touched on just my opinion on certain things. But yeah, it's hard to be creative in a climate like this and not address, you know, certain shit.
Do you think
in
people
some
would
way.
dismiss your creativity because you're not addressing the current theme?
I mean,
In a
I
sense?
don't think I have like I don't think I have a fan base enough to, you know, think that they would expect anything.
Right. But what
You
I'm
know what I
saying
mean?
is, I guess it's not even to direct it at an audience per se, but anybody that would consider it, or you know, let's say the next album that comes out is, let's just say it's a lottery. You know, it clicks. You know, it hits, and everyone's like, wow, you know, like this is something that's good. Do you think the likelihood of that coming out now to waiting until maybe when the COVID stuff ceases gives you a better opportunity? Because then you don't, and by me saying that is like you not even addressing anything of the COVID stuff and more leaning towards just what you're feeling at the time of creating this album.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes too. Also, you look at it like it's too predictable, right? So like, as soon as something like this major happens, you're like, oh, here comes everybody everybody's
With
gonna
the
have a
COVID
fucking
shit.
everybody's gonna have a fucking coronavirus
Opinion.
punchline or opinion or whatever the case may be. So sometimes to me, it's like a little corny when it's like. You knew right after 9/11 that everybody was gonna have a bunch of fucking 9/11 raps. So it's like, for me, to like come out with a bunch of COVID raps right now would be corny to me. So it's
Yeah.
like I'd rather just kind of steer away from it. Wait for something else that really sparks my interest creatively. If I'm going for topical, and then kind of focus in on that.
It's kind
But
of
it's a little cliche.
it's kind of crazy though, right? Like, let's say the people that do come up with it, and let's say the album does hit well, and there is, you know, some COVID stuff. And then imagine when people listen to this like 10 years from now and go, oh yeah, I remember that one album from so-and-so. And then they bust it in and they're like, those were those times.
Yeah,
It's
no,
kinda crazy.
I mean, that's kind of the thing with music, right? Is that it kind of takes you to a time of remembering when it is that you heard it or what you were doing
very
when you were
nostalgic.
bumping it. Yeah. But I mean, there's people that addressed it immediately. There's people that came out, even mainstream songs like Lil Baby had a song that was talking about stuff. And I think even more so than the COVID, it's just the whole social justice and like kind of the things that are happening in communities and shit like that. So it's like a lot of people feel obligated to speak on those things, and they should.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think if you have a voice and a big fan base, and you have something you want to address regarding what's happening in the social construct, you should, because people need that. People want to hear that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think people that are living in the communities where these things are happening want to hear their favorite artist, who was also from the same place that they were from but made it out, speak on how they feel about, you
What's
know, because
going
it's a
on
similar
in the
type.
world.
Yeah, it's a similar
I guess
process.
we all are going through it.
I mean, to a certain extent. I mean, you know, it's
Well, I mean, everybody is, no?
yeah. I mean, it's not
Everybody
something,
has to live with the whole.
it's not something you can ignore. Not everybody's dealing with the level of police brutality that some people are dealing with,
yeah.
right? You know, but
Yeah, that.
But
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 that,
it affects everybody differently.
all that police
But
stuff
I think
is harsh.
I think people want to hear what their favorite artists think about or their opinions on, you know, certain shit. I just don't think I've ever been that type of person. I don't really have a fan base that's looking to me to give them my opinion on social issues and shit. You know?
Yeah. Sometimes they don't want that. You know, maybe sometimes they just want somebody focused on their craft.
Sure. I mean,
And
some
something
people in the
simple.
middle of a
There's all kinds of
pandemic want to
audiences,
hear
too.
fucking wet ass pussy.
That too.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, yeah, we were worrying about all this COVID shit, but now it's wet ass pussy.
I mean, unless you're really gonna do something about it, like you really can't break yourself up about it, right? I mean, why stress out about something that you're not? If you're not gonna choose to actually do something about it, other than what you can do within the realm of your ability or what your current ability, right? Because a lot of people have the ability to do a lot more. Just depends how much time they actually invest and how much work they put in to put their really like that carbon footprint into the community and society. But I mean, you can only stress out enough so much as it is. I think you should just be left alone, in that grand scheme. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't I kind of live my life trying not to stress about anything as much as possible.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have children. You know what I'm saying? There's no I don't have any invested interest in like making sure like this world is a better place for my grandkids. Like whatever, bro. Y'all figure it out, cuz I'm going to be gone and I don't give a shit.
So you don't want kids ever?
Nah.
No?
I'm fucking old, bro. I haven't even
my parents,
I haven't even dyed my beard in quite some time.
My parents had me when they were 46.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty late.
Yeah, it's like my parents are both Peruvian. My great-grandfather's Yugoslavian. Great-grandfather? Great-great-grandfather? Yugoslavian, which Yugoslavia does not exist anymore. It consists of 5 different countries now, right? Bosnia, Herzegovina, Slovenia, Montenegro, Croatia, and Serbia. So those 5 countries now.
Those all sound fun.
I believe. Huh?
Those all sound fun.
They're yeah, I would think
sound
it'd be
like a bunch of fun countries. Yeah.
I haven't been out there. I've only been to Peru, which I'm Peruvian. More Peruvian than I am Yugoslavian or Croatian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how the hell I got onto that.
Peruvian.
I lost my train of thought. That was quick. So anyways, aside from that, no, man, because the reason I was asking is, well, I haven't been creating anything, but I was gonna tell you, which we could always coordinate that at some point. Even if you're up for it, we can do it in an open space, so you don't have to worry about any other people. Just to do something, go create something real quick. I haven't done anything where I've gone to shoot, really.
Oh, shoot film?
Yeah, just shoot something. And I had a little bit of an idea. It doesn't even have to be you necessarily spin something if you don't have anything ready that you'd want to go over or that you would want to push, per se. But I have some stuff in my head, but in case that you do, then you know what I mean, then you can just get the visuals and stuff.
I'm also one of those people that like ideas just pop in my head, like I can't even help it. So like when I pass by this thing, I'm like, oh, that would be a sick spot to do whatever. Like not that I'm out purposely scouting locations for music videos, but it's
you got to drive through some places
when you're it just happens naturally. So like I definitely have a few things. I want to do something tied in around. I think I have like the idea and kind of concept based around what what could be a final album before, like maybe I'll just do little here and there shit, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like we were talking about previously of continuing to just do stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like I could see just like doing a song when I feel like doing a song, but as far as like putting time, energy, money into a whole project, like I don't do that a lot. So I could see maybe doing another one of those, and I kind of have already like a few ideas for that.
Yeah.
And it'll happen when it's supposed to happen, you know what I mean? But as far as this year, like this is the only thing I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this podcast.
Yeah, this podcast.
This is it.
Well, at least I got something.
Somebody asked me, it was like, what? And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Well, what do you mean? What about later on? Like, December? And I was like, no, dude, this year is a dub, bro. This whole year is a dub.
Yeah, this year
got canceled.
Done. Yeah, it's been.
I love it.
It's just been.
Shout out COVID.
It's been really chill.
It's been a little grim.
Yeah, a little.
But
has definitely put some things into perspective, like less distractions. So it's been giving me a little bit more focus, and trying to come up with things and stuff. So, but I can only do so much though. I can only really create in this vicinity here, per se. But I've been wanting to like go out, like not even to be around people, not even to go to clubs or party, but like I've just been wanting to go out without having to worry about having to wear a mask or like limitations and stuff.
I just think about all the goofy fucking barbecues and baby showers and birthday parties and mall trips that I didn't want to do anyway. I got to cancel all that shit, bro, for a year. This is fire. I want to do this shit for forever. I don't want to go to whatever it is what are you throwing? I don't want to go there. So this is great. Like, this is really like, if I could like choose a life to like just kind of like wake up and then go and like sit at my desk and like do graphics and like catch up on podcasts and like listen to some funny, like I like comedy podcasts. I'll listen to that shit. I'll catch up on the reality show that is our fucking political race at the moment. Like, I like kind of looking at both sides of that shit, and it's entertaining. And then I go home for lunch, right? Wifey usually do something for lunch, right? She'll take a break, do something for lunch. I'll typically take a nap
at lunch,
because that's fire.
Nice.
Who doesn't want to fucking take a nap at lunch, dude? Fuck with me. And then I'll probably like smoke a bowl, go back to work, hang out on the computer, chill.
Do you think it helps
Leaves.
It helps you focus?
What does?
When you smoke and then you go back to work and stuff?
For like a good couple hours.
Does it make you focus? It makes you get in there? I know some people do it. I know some people that do martial arts.
Yeah.
And they do it and it helps them
it doesn't help
hone in.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, there's people that do jujitsu and shit like that on the Joe Rogans that'll just smoke weed and go to the gym or whatever. Yeah. I've never been like a big smoke weed and go to the gym type of guy. Like, I'm just not going to be into it that long. But as far as creative shit, like making music or creating art or whatever, like, yeah, I'm gonna snap me a little fire binger and then like be like zoned in on whatever I'm doing for a couple hours for sure.
Yeah, I never could, man. I've tried like at least like 8 to 10 times in my lifetime, and never.
Like when you're editing and shit like that.
Yeah, I could.
What do you want to do?
What I want to do in regards to my editing and stuff?
No, like when you smoke and you sit down to edit, you're like, oh, I'm trying to focus on this, but I want to do this.
I'm trying to just work and I can't. Like, I'm so like,
you just want to chill.
I just want to like sit down and melt.
Oh yeah, I mean, some people are like that.
Horrible. It's horrible because I wanted it to be a focus thing. I actually wanted it. I did it to go to sleep first.
Right.
So I tried. I know that there was a difference between indica and sativa, right? So I always think of indica as couch, right? So it makes you super relaxed. It's like a real body high.
Yeah.
Sativa is more just like the mind, but not so much body.
Keeps you up.
Right. And no, I melted into the floor. Like I had my final straw when I tried it. I tried some indica. And apparently I don't know how to pack a bowl, right? And then I figured it out.
Come to find out.
After like 3 bowls of trial and error, I was like, maybe if I lightly pack it lighter, but it's nice, I get some airflow.
Right.
I'm not over here like
sucking my lungs out.
The old school candy, those warheads, like one of those. And I go onto the balcony, I take a nice hit, and all of a sudden I was like, yeah, that felt pretty good. Maybe I'll give it another half hit, a nice little light hit. Do it again. Come inside. My lady's like, yeah, me and my sister are going to go to the gym. All right, yeah, cool, go. 10 minutes later, I'm in the floor. No, I wasn't asleep, but I was in the floor. My body just melted. Like, I felt like candle wax on the floor. And my son goes, Papa, I want some milk. And I go, okay, I'll get it for you. I couldn't get up. I was so frustrated. So that was my final straw. Like, I got really upset because I was like,
everybody's gonna want to know what the fuck strain this dude
I
has.
was like, no, I don't. I felt disappointed. I couldn't go get my son milk. I literally tried my hardest. I finally
Did you also take a Xanax?
No.
Did you also?
I didn't drink.
Also,
I didn't take a hydrocodone, a Vicodin, nothing.
Wow.
I took that hit and a half. Like the half was like a light hit. Where when I was doing it, I'm like, no, maybe I'll take it easy. I won't do.
I can see that happening with edibles. I've had some bad experiences with edibles, but I mean, for the most part, I can't smoke weed and go to sleep. It keeps me up.
That's cool because mine. I think it just kind of, I don't know. I also don't like to look like an idiot. So when I did it, I didn't want my lady to be like, man, when you smoke, you just look like an idiot. So I would be like, oh, I'm not doing anything stupid. Like I'm doing one of those things.
Welcome to my world, where I tell my girl, like, you should probably smoke. It would probably be good for you to help you sleep. And she's like, yeah, but you and my mom and my brother all smoke weed and you guys are stupid. I don't want to be stupid. And I was like, oh, that's a good point. Good point.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I tried it, and I tried it to go to sleep, like legitimately just to go to sleep. I would only do it just to go to bed, but I try to do it really early so that in case I had any, I've had like a residual like high hangover before, where like I get high at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and I wake up and I'm still high, and I'm like, this isn't good. I'm gonna go to work, but I'm still high. Does that happen to you?
No, dude.
No?
No, never, bro.
I am like so not tolerant.
We got a name for guys like you, dude. Call them pussies, dude.
Yeah, I think so. Because this shit is not happening for me.
Nah, that's weird because I used to smoke a lot when I was younger, and like as I got older, I had really bad problems with anxiety with weed. Some people would smoke to like cure anxiety.
Oh yeah.
And it would give me
bad
anxiety. You know what I mean? So I had to kind of like maneuver through that and kind of figure that out, and now it's more or less just something like
created a tolerance. Is that what you did?
I mean, I'm sure I did that way longer. I was smoking weed in the 90s, bro. So
goodness.
But yeah, so it's like for me now, it's like I try to use it as a tool more, say. So it's like I'll work. Typically I would try to like go the whole day, not smoke nothing, come home, eat dinner, chill. She'll go to bed a little bit early, and then I'll stay up late, and I'll probably hit like a bowl or two and then work on something, whether it's music or art or graphics or whatever. That's kind of like my time. And I'll kind of just like zone out on something for a couple hours and then like shower up and go to sleep or whatever.
Yeah, no, I wanted to. I tried it, and I'm like, I had heard so much that some people just really hone in on their focus, like wherever they're really sitting down at, like they'll boom, they'll get into it. And
you need Adderall. That's what you need.
Maybe.
That'll focus you in.
I don't know, man. All I know is weed does not. And somebody was like, oh, well, maybe edibles has like a different delivery and maybe you should try that. And I'm like, I heard those are like way intense. I
had a bad experience.
I can do that. Edibles. My ladies like tried that. No, I think they were just like the CBD ones, I think. But
let's not out her.
No, I think it was just like CBD ones. Just
one time I had gotten my girl's mom smoked heavy, right? My mother-in-law, she's like, yo, I ate this cookie, and like it didn't do shit. So like, I mean, you could try it if you want, and I was like, cool, I'll try it. And I was never big on edibles, and it must have had all the THC was in that one fucking cookie.
She cooked it in a baking sheet. It was one of those tooth-ass baking sheets.
That shit was
it was all leaning,
tilted to the corner.
It was
that shit fucked me up bad. Like I was like, I'll never do that again. I don't think I've ate an edible since. Like I was violently sick. It's like it's probably the only time that like I've looked at my girl and was like, yo, you might have to take me to the hospital. Like I'm like, I was like crazy. In my fucking calzones with a towel, throwing up. Like it was bad, bro. It was real bad.
Yeah.
So and I took about I was trying to like calm myself, so I took a bunch of pills too. It was not a good experience. So anyway, I don't eat weed.
Yeah, no. And then before that one, the only other experience I ever had close to the one melting to the floor is I had one where a buddy was like, don't be a pussy, take a big hit. And I was like, all right, I'm not a pussy. Boom, took a hit.
It's DMT.
And he's like, is that it? And I was like, all right. No, hell no. Then I took it again. And then I even think I did a third one. And he's like, yeah, finish the bowl, whatever. And I go to the couch. And I sat there. And then I realized I couldn't pick up the cup on the table. And I was thirsty because you know how like we don't make you get cotton mouth. So I sat there and I'm like, you gotta get out of this. You gotta get out of this. And like I have this whole monologue going on, right? I'm trying to get my mind out of it. And this cup's sitting here of water. Actually, I didn't even have it before I sat down high. I said,
just a pee.
Hey, actually, oh shit! Before all that happened, I had some hookah, and I went and smoked hookah. Oh, I forgot to set that shit. I was gonna tell you if you wanted some.
I don't.
Oh, you don't like it?
No.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, I had some hookah, and I was in the garage, and then I was like, about to walk out of the garage. I turned back around to the homies that were all in the group, and I go, I don't really feel that great, guys. And they look at me and they're like, you're fine. Go sit down. And I go, okay. So I turn around and I reach for the door, and somehow I fall back, dude. And like a piece of plywood, I stayed straight, and I just boom, and I fell and my head hit the ground, and I saw the impact, you know, like when you close your eyes and you poke them and you see some kind of a luminescent something. Exactly what happened. But when my head hit, it just like my eyes just like I felt the pulse, and they're like, oh shit, he wasn't faking it. So they all picked me up and they put me on the couch, and that's when I saw the cup on the counter, which was for me, on the coffee table. And then they're like, okay, yeah, here's some water, just relax. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, shit, in my head I'm like, I can't get the cup. And I'm like, I don't want to sound like a bitch.
It's right there.
I was like, I like move, and like my hand was like right here, like on my lap, right? But just for you guys to see it, I was like,
can you pour the water
that's
in my?
much it was?
Can you pour the water in my mouth?
I had to ask him.
Miracle's the guy that you pack a bowl for, right? You pack him a bowl and you give it to him, and then like he only takes a little hit off the bowl and then passes it to somebody else, and it's not even cleared
no,
yet.
the poor part.
And then
the poor part. the bad part about it is that like if I did take a good hit of it, it would just destroy me, and a light hit would be good for everybody.
Dude, what have you been smoking, bro?
I don't know. I can't take it. That's how bad it hits me.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't smoke weed.
No, I'm not gonna smoke weed.
Yeah.
I actually was like, I'd sit there, and I'm like, I think I'm farting right now, and I can't stop it.
Currently?
No.
Just like
in the time when I was like super high, I was like sitting on that couch, and I just felt like it'd be like
you were deflating.
Exactly. I was there, and I go, man, I hope they don't smell that.
You're just. You were a blow-up doll deflating into the couch.
It was bad. It was really bad.
That sounds like...
It was crazy. Like, my whole body, like, I felt like I was paralyzed. It was crazy.
Sounds like a 1995 trip.
Dude, it was nuts. Give me a second.
Sounds fun, dude.
I'm stopping it. I can keep it going. Are you good?
Yeah, chill. How long you go?
Typically I go about like an hour and a half.
Okay.
But I'm cool whenever you are.
No, I'm sure.
So I think it'd probably be perfect. Ends out about like quarter to 9 o'clock, around there. Be solid. But yeah, never gonna smoke again. Ever. You know what I do like though? I love the smell of weed that's not been burnt. Like fresh. Like when somebody just gets it out of the dispensary and I go, oh, let me see what you get. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. And they're like, yeah, it's this OG Kush or this is this, you know, San Fernando Valley Treasure. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what is this stuff? But it smells awesome. I love it. It smells awesome. It's like...
No, it's good.
It's like the only thing that closely resembles weed that's not weed is like a Corona beer. When you open that Corona beer, doesn't it smell like weed?
No.
You never smelled a Corona?
No.
Smell a Corona, dude. Someone opens up Corona beer, or you just open one up.
Like skunky beer. I mean, I've definitely.
It's skunky, but so is weed. Weed is skunky.
No, I was saying that there is skunky beer.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if Corona is one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I've opened quite a few.
I heard they lost a lot of sales with all this.
Yeah, I can see that. That's hilarious.
That sucks. That's kind of dumb, no?
Super dumb. But I mean, people are super dumb. Shout out to super dumb people. It's just the world. It's the world we live in, dude.
Dude, that Sammy Sosa. Shout out.
What?
Remember we used to do the like 6 of them?
Yeah, that dude.
Back in like the 2000s, like the early 2000s.
That dude was bleaching before it was cool.
Dude, that guy was. That guy was crazy. That guy was a beast. Yeah, steroids and all.
Yeah.
But it was dope. Those are fun times, dude. You know, whatever. You guys were steroids, but that was entertainment. Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, all those fools for baseball.
No, that's my era. When I was a kid.
You were born in what year?
79.
79? You're 40?
Mm-hmm.
What? You didn't even look 40. I mean, you can have gray hairs, but it doesn't mean you look old.
Well, no, I contribute that to no kids.
Oh,
Kids age you.
That's-
Well, and my girl's like, "Fuck, you just think you're 25." But I just kind of like, I kind of take it easy, bro. You know what I mean? I don't really, and I just never grew up.
I try not to
if you-
grow up.
if you
I don't
can-
think I really grew up.
If you can never grow up, trust, it's pretty dope.
I think you live longer if you don't grow up.
Yeah. So
I think I live longer.
yeah, no, I mean, I
keep it
I
chill.
typically, I mean, obviously, I have my locks for quite some time. So unless I started that when I was born, you can kind of do the math. But for the most part, I think I still get like, you know, mid 30s. I love it. Like if some chick will tell me like, "Oh, I thought you were like in your late 20s and shit." I look at my girl like, "Oh, did you hear that? Late 20s,
You're a babe. Babe, did you hear
that shit? Don't trip. I can still catch fish, bitch."
Are your locks
but
down
yeah,
to
I'm old.
down to your feet?
They're on the floor.
On the floor?
Yeah, for sure.
Shit. Are you still, or do you trim them?
That's like 20. September will be 23 years.
That you haven't touched them at all? Like
No.
trimmed them?
Well, I used to like taper the sides, right?
Yeah.
Like I would have the sides kind of tapered, and ever since the beginning of this year, so January, I was like, I think I'm gonna let the sides grow out, and then the COVID shit hit, and I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
So like the sides are like
you don't have to show face.
the sides are like
you
8
can let everything
inches.
level
Yeah,
up.
they're super long right now, so I'll lock
You
those.
can tie it in. You
Nah,
dread
I'll
them
just-
on their own?
I'll just lock those up separately and then see what happens. But yeah, hot ass hair on the back of your neck for the summer.
How is that?
It sucks.
I do.
Yeah, it's pretty wet.
Do you think you'll ever cut it?
I don't have any plans to, but
Yeah. But do you see yourself like? Do you see yourself cutting it to like shoulder length, and then just kind of keeping it like that if you ever did, or do you think you'd cut it and just go straight like?
no,
like maybe like
yeah.
my hair.
No, I'm going. If I were to cut my hair, I'm shaving my head.
Oh, shave it like completely?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I can see that. I guess.
Yeah.
I think I can see that.
That's how it was before.
I feel like I could see it and like you like tat it up or something. That'd
Yeah.
be dope. That'd be dope as fuck.
like before I grew out the crown. It was like I was playing ball, so I had a shaved head for playing football, and then I just let it go after that. So I've never really been like
Oh, you said 23 years.
Yeah,
So
no,
you were playing football in
high school. Yeah. I've never really been the type to like try to like keep up with what the cool haircut is.
Yeah.
So it's worked out. But yeah, if I ever go steer away from this, it'll probably just be I'll just shave it.
So how I might have asked you before, but how do you maintain it? Because you look like a pretty clean guy. So like I've seen, I'll be honest, I've seen some guys with some dreadlocks, and they don't look that clean.
Yeah, I
And
mean
so-
it's all how you take care of it, right? So I mean, like I have a process as far as like cleaning them. I wash my head, but as far as washing like all my hair, it's a whole process and
Yeah.
a whole bathtub full of things, and I soak them and clean. You know what I mean? It's a whole to do. I'm coming up on my summertime cleanse.
It's like a spring cleaning for your hair.
Yeah. Wifey will jump in there and help me out and scrub me down. You know what I mean? It's a whole thing, bro.
You're like, I sleep outside.
Yeah,
my
it's
dreadlocks
a
are on
whole-
clothespins.
It's a whole wild
Just to
thing.
dry
It
everything.
takes some days to dry out. I found this new shampoo that's like really, really dope. I've used several things.
Is it always dry?
I've-
Like a dry shampoo?
No, I've used several.
Does your
things
whole
that-
hair get
several
wet?
things that- yeah,
I thought you can't wet dreadlocks because then they like undo your shit or
That's a
something.
farce.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's false. But yeah, like I'll go through my process and
Never mind. I think I'm making shit up.
yeah. No, you're supposed to wash your dreads pretty regularly. I mean, if you're not
Yeah, in case you guys didn't notice, what's in there is their dreads.
Oh
It's,
yeah.
it's not. In case you guys didn't,
Okay.
in case you guys didn't notice,
In case you just thought I was wearing a stupid hat.
one of those the fake reggae hats.
Yeah, it's got fake hair attached to it. But
they're
yeah, no,
just clip-ons.
I'll go through the whole process of it or whatever, and now you wanna keep them clean. So like if you're talking about like, oh, I seen some like bum dude on the street who had dreads and they look dirty, like they probably are.
No, not a bum dude.
Yeah,
But I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
guys that I know, like friends, and then I see them, and then I was like, you don't look like you stay as clean
Oh, you got dirty friends.
Yeah, some homeboys with
dirty
dreadlocks.
friends.
I got dirty friends.
Hey, if you're a friend of Mirko's and you have dreadlocks, dirty, dude.
Dirty, bro. Sorry,
He
called
said
you
so.
out.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on like how you go on, right? So if you're like a beach bum dude who like gets that shit wet all the time, and you're in the sand and you don't clean them and you just kind of let them do what they want, then like, you know, I try not to get them wet if I'm not cleaning them. You know,
Yeah.
it's a whole thing, you know.
Or unless
But,
you're gonna wet, like if you went in a pool or
I
something. You don't.
I would go like,
Or unless you went in a pool and you knew you were gonna wash it tomorrow, type of thing.
yeah, I can't tell you the last time I was in a pool, but if I was going neck up or something, I wear a
What if
hat
I said,
and
"Hey,
can
let's
in
go
the
to
pool.
this water park"?
Yeah, no. that would
Yeah.
certainly wouldn't happen.
You're never inviting me. That's why it's COVID.
No, don't.
Bro, COVID.
Yeah. Don't invite me to the water park and shit either. No, if
He's
you
like,
like,
nah, COVID, bro.
No, if you were like,
2040.
hey,
no,
hey,
COVID, bro.
hey, my girl's friend saw you on the podcast and she said she wants to meet you at the water park. I'm like, all right, let's go to the water park and shit. But I'm not going in on any slides or nothing.
You're on a slide.
Yeah, so I just kind of try to avoid it for the most part. If I'm not cleaning them, then it's like, why even go through the whole process? But I found this new, like, it's this weird, like, anti-residue shampoo that, like, gets my shit the most clean. It dries the fastest. It's really been, like a new
lifesaver?
Yeah, it's like a new
Saves
phenomenon.
time and everything?
Yeah,
That's good.
it's been good. But it's a lot, you know what I mean? It's a lot, but I'm just used to it.
Yeah, I figured like your lady'd be. You seen those people when they go to CrossFit and they grab those ropes and they go.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like your lady'd be right there trying to dry them. Like,
That's
you
pretty
good,
much,
babe?
That's pretty much it.
and like
That shit scares me. That's why I gotta you gotta be careful. Somebody
grabbing 2 ropes at a time.
Somebody get a hold of one of your
You're
ropes.
You're all,
Yeah.
hey.
Bounce your head off the street. So I be aware of my surroundings at all times.
So how did all
Don't
those?
touch my hair.
How did all those? Because you told me before you went to New York or to the East Coast. How did all those shows go? Because I didn't get to see all the shows. I saw a couple of the shows.
Well, you went to the Rock Mars show.
Yeah.
When was that?
The end of last year.
Was that this year or is it the end of last year?
End of last year.
Okay, so
Should have been end of last year.
That,
After you came back.
No, yeah, I did that Rock Marcy show when I came back
Right.
from NY, and then I had one other show in Ocean Beach, like kind of a local show for some
Oh,
of
you
the
hit me
homies
up.
in OB,
Hit
and
me
then
up and I didn't make that.
and that was it.
No, I'm sorry.
That was
When
it.
I was talking about the shows, I meant the radio shows in East Coast. On the
Oh,
East
New York,
Coast.
yeah,
Remember
yeah,
the radio
yeah,
stuff?
yeah. Yeah, no, those are cool. Those are like.
Are they all satellite? Or they're all like
I don't know
local
if-
too?
I don't know if they all were. It's a bunch of different. So like if you go over there to do like a run of shows, it's a bunch. You get a bunch of different stuff.
Oh, okay.
So like we would one day, do, somebody's radio show at their house, and then we would do Sirius XM, and then we would go to so and so's basement, and then we would go to. You just kind of bounce around, and everybody's radio show is a little different. One was at the college, and they used the college
Studio.
radio studio
Yeah.
and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's all different, but it's all the same.
Do you how long were those shows going? Like an hour?
Like a typical radio show? Yeah, something like that.
Like an hour?
Yeah.
And then what are they doing? Are they like playing music in between your
Yeah, it would be like
conversation and
yeah, it
stuff?
would be. They're all different, right? Everything has their own way they do things, but typically it would be, I have a radio show where I play songs, and in the middle of it, I'm gonna interview you a little bit, and at the end of it, you can spit some bars, or we'll play whatever record you're promoting at the time,
Yeah.
and then kind of go like that.
How do you like that? You like it?
As far as what?
like do you enjoy it from beginning to end, or is it like it's alright, but then I'm over it, or
Nah, it's cool. It's something that like this day and age, everything's being recorded, everything's being critiqued, so it's just more kind of preparation. If you prepare for something, you got it, then it's fine. If you haven't really prepared for something, it might be a little bit more. You might be a little more anxious leading up to it, but I mean, for the most part, it's like it's like riding a bike, I guess. You know what I mean? But
once you get used to it, kind of thing. It's
yeah,
just
I mean,
easy.
well, so those East Coast trips are cool because like you're traveling, you're out doing something different. You're you know what I mean, you're hanging out with the homies, and it's like it's a whole vibe in itself. But as far as like, do I want to go do a bunch of radios? Nah, not really.
No.
Nah, I'm more kind of a studio rat kind of guy. Like, I would rather just like hang out. That's why like.
How did you link up on the East Coast? Because you're from the West Coast. How did you link up on the East Coast and you're not doing any West Coast radio shows? Or is that bigger out there?
No, I mean, I probably could do West Coast radio shows. It's just that the past couple years that I had done the East Coast runs was all the homie Supreme Cerebral. Shout out Preem.
No, homeboy's dope.
Yeah, he's kind of like.
He was chill too when I met him.
Yeah, he's really on his grind. So he's really like.
Is he still going right now?
Yeah. He just put out like.
That'd be kind of cool to link up or just to
yeah
touch base with him one more time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's always putting out projects. So like he's always got something going on. He's always working. He's always doing.
You said he's from the OC or from LA?
Yeah, no, he stays in OC.
Okay.
Originally from New York, but then lives in like Santa Ana, Tustin area. But so these are all things that like he had lined up. Yo, I'm going to New York. I got this trip lined up. If you want to roll, come fuck with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So that's kind of how that all worked out. All those connections. I mean, I've been in this shit for quite some time, so like I know a bunch of people on the East Coast, and I know different artists in different places. But like those radio shows in particular, that was all he set all that up. So that was kind of like his promo run for whatever project he was working on.
Yeah.
It's just last year I happened to set it up to where like I also had a project coming out. So like let me, the first time I had went out there, it was like, this is dope, but how can I do this better? It would be better if I had an album I was promoting. It would be better if I had something that I could, So it
come with a purpose.
Yeah, just kind of lined up that next year where I had the album done and had features from homies that were on the East Coast and kind of connected all the dots.
That homie that you were talking to me about, that sound engineer, that's the guy that we with is that the guy that I shot with Mancini out here?
Where?
Mancini does something. He did something out here in El Cajon.
Mm.
Is that a homie that you know?
Maybe.
The sound engineer?
It's
like an Asian dude?
Quite possible.
He has like a studio in his back?
That's not the dude I was talking about.
Okay.
I mean, it's a small world. It's all kind of connected.
Yeah.
But like Mancini definitely knows the dude I was telling you about. You know what I mean? But he doesn't live down here no more. But it's it's kind of everybody knows everybody. But yeah, so that was kind of Preem's connections on the East Coast for the radio show shit, and then people that I know too. Like we both know a lot of people, so it just kind of connected that way. Now, if I wanted to reach out and like try to make like radio shows happen in LA, like I could probably do some radio shows in LA too, but.
Because now you're feeling it. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, I just don't really know.
It's just like something else.
I'm not as a hip hop head as much as I guess as you would be, or as involved, or as educated. So I don't know what avenues are really, beneficial.
I kind of just like take things as they come and shit. If I see an opportunity that I think is going to be lucrative or something that I think it would be a good look or whatever, then I'll just jump in and go for it. And a lot of times I'll agree to do something, and then a month later it's actually coming. It's like, oh, that shit's next week. Damn. I wish I wouldn't have said I had to do that. Wish I wouldn't have told I wouldn't have told so and so that I was going to be locked in for that slot. So I don't want to do that shit.
So what do you think is worth your time right now? If it was time for you to give your energy and time to it, like to invest time to it, like, do you think do you think you should be doing a lot more things on social media instead of trying to do radio stuff? Because that seems, for me, it in my perspective, it seems like that reaches more people. And if you, in a sense, I don't really think you need to do much to figure out that maybe certain hashtags, maybe certain ways that you approach how much content you're getting out, that you're doing it on social media rather than trying to go on radio shows or doing anything like that.
Yeah.
Because satellite radio is like non-existent when it comes to podcasts.
Right.
In a sense, I mean, they're there, but podcasts are taking over.
But they air in their own space.
They air in their own space, but they're only you have to go in at a certain time to listen to them. If they wanted to listen to our podcast, they can listen to this tomorrow, or they can download it and have it ready and not use up their phone data, and they can leave it ready to go, and they can listen to it tonight or when they go into the gym, you know, next Tuesday or whatever, and have it ready. You know, at the satellite radio, you can't do that.
I guess I'm not too much in tune with that as far as like I watch all my podcasts on YouTube. I guess you know what I mean. That's just where I catch them because I can listen to them at work,
and you can watch them too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the watching element.
Yeah,
especially with like comedy podcasts and shit like that. I like to kind of it's funny to see
who do you like,
the interaction and people's like connection with each other and shit. You know what I mean? Like I have a handful of different podcasts I listen to. Shout out to Jay and Dan at the Bonfire, Legion of Skanks. There's a bunch of...
I heard of Legion of Skanks. I haven't listened to too much, but they've been guests on Joe Rogan.
Joe
Rogan's pretty solid.
Rogan's been on there.
I listen to some guys who do like video work, so like obviously because that's my thing. I listen to those two guys. That's their show.
Who?
They're called Maddie and Pete.
Oh, okay.
Peter McKinnon and Maddie Hapoya. Peter McKinnon is like, he's dope. He's real dope. He's from Canada. His shit was like so dope. He took a picture. It was so clean. They put that picture on Canadian currency.
Oh, wow.
And they put that in his. That was his shot. You know. And I'm like, damn, that's dope. That's an accomplishment. You know.
Yeah. Yes, I like edgy, controversial, funny. Just like shit. Somebody's just gonna talk about the shit that you think they're not supposed to talk about and make it funny. I listen to
Joe Rogan is always like he's just a big hit, you know what I mean? And he gets all kinds of people. So I really enjoy that. You know, he gets authors, he gets politicians, he gets people of he gets artists, you know, he gets all kinds of people that are like doing hunting or they're doing fitness stuff. Like it's cool. I like the broad range of stuff.
I want to tune into Rogan when he has like an Elon Musk or somebody interesting or entertaining. You know what I mean? I don't really tune in that often, but goofy. I like goofy, funny shit, bro. Because like I used to listen to more like conspiracy stuff when I was like working on my feet and doing shit. And but then like in an office setting where I'm just sitting in front of a computer all day, that shit puts me to sleep. So I want something that's like funny, like Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. I listen to that. Come Town, those cats is funny as shit. There's a bunch of cats that's like.
Have you heard of Theo Vaughn?
Around. Yeah, I know Theo. Yeah, he's funny. Some of the
That
West
guy's
Coast
hilarious.
cats and shit. Like I'll catch every now and then. You know, you run out of shit sometimes. You know, sometimes it's like, you know, I might not always tune in every week. But I'll definitely watch Tom Segura and Christina's show. It's called Your Mom's House.
Tom Segura's cool.
Your Mom's House is funny.
Yeah.
Your Mom's House is funny because they be watching like the dumb reality shows I watch, and they be like pulling up like funny TikTok shit that's like, you know, humorous to me.
I was thinking I should probably bring up some shit like that and then go over that with you, but we could probably say that on the next time. I really wanted people to get to know you.
Yeah, no, they're really good at like she'll like do her research for the week on her TikTok and like pull up like her little like segment of TikTok videos, and it's like that shit's funny to me. Yeah, and they watch similar shows that I do. Every now and then I'll catch Bad Friends with Bobby Lee and
Bobby Lee has one.
Yeah, Bobby Lee has one with
dope, dude.
Bobby Lee has one with his partner, the redheaded dude. What's his name? He's
the
funny.
only redhead guy that I know doesn't really have hair, but I listen to Bill Burr.
No, Burr's a legend.
Yeah,
like, I saw Burr live in LA and shit. Yeah, like kind of on some random. I went to go see Jay and Lewis and them cats and shit, and Bill Burr was like a special guest that night.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm sitting front row and it's like, and by the way, we brought Bill, and I was like, oh fuck. That's dope.
And you knew about him before?
No, I didn't know. Well, I knew about him.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't know he was going to be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joe Rogan did a set that night.
I feel like I really like Joe Rogan's podcast.
Store.
I really like Joe Rogan's podcast, but whenever I've seen any of his stand-ups, I don't really care for them. To be honest,
I mean, he's definitely not in my top favorite stand-ups, but it's just one of those dudes.
I think he's just becoming more relevant because of his podcast. Well, I feel like people take a liking to him now because of his podcast.
So if you go to the Comedy Store and you see a lineup or whatever that night, like, take Bill Burr out of the equation, and like Joe Rogan's the most famous guy on that lineup that night.
I feel like Joe Rogan's probably one of the most famous because of what he's doing outside of it. You know,
for sure.
He's not only a commentary, so he's relevant because you hear him. And you know his voice. His voice is pretty significant.
Yeah.
And then he was on Fear Factor. And how many people watch Fear Factor that are either anybody that was born in the 80s, for the most part,
Right.
or if not 80 or
even if you
79.
didn't watch it, even if you watch,
Right.
you don't watch it,
A lot
you're
of
familiar
people
with it.
are pretty much into that. Anybody, from the 80s and before have watched it for the most part.
Yeah, whether you're into it or not, you know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Fear Factor. Like, you see people eating bugs. That was like the first thing on live TV, or on TV. Like, that was tripping people out,
It's like, oh, they put Faces of Death on regular TV.
Dude,
That's like what it was.
Yeah,
It was like,
Fear Factor.
like they're
was-
eating bugs.
Yeah, I remember he mentioned on one of his podcasts where he was saying, like, one of the worst things that they said that they did was that they had people eat, like, bull cum or something like that.
Sweet.
And that was a part of the thing. And I was like, what the hell? And he goes, that was like the worst one that anybody did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how
That's
much.
nuts.
I don't know how much.
But he makes, his
What's
income, his
what's the
revenue.
amount of money that makes you eat bull cum, dude?
Wasn't their prize money only 50,000?
Well, that ain't cutting it, dude.
Yeah, that's not like,
I'm
that's
not-
a lot
I'm
of
not-
people's, not even their full year,
I'm not eating bull cum for an SUV, bro.
That might not even get you the SUV.
I'm not doing it.
You still gotta
dude.
pay some more.
You want me to take a bull load, bro? You're talking about fuck. I want fuck you money, dude.
Yeah, it's a little nuts. But those guys are pretty cool. The podcasts are pretty dope. Joe Rogan's podcast is pretty dope. I can listen to him all the time, actually.
I got a buddy
Him-
of mine that tunes in like regularly, and he'll kind of let me know like when I need to like.
Who?
Yo, you should check this one out. One of my guys at work.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, he always watches it, and he'll let me know like, that's check this one out. But
Did you
I
see
don't-
the Post
I don't-
Malone one? They were all over the place.
I fuck with Post music too.
I didn't. To be honest, I don't even know if you were. I was gonna actually ask you what
No,
actual music you get into.
He's an incredibly talented dude. And
He's a young guy.
Yeah, no.
What is he?
he's-
24.
Yeah, he's
That's
very
impressive.
very talented. Makes real dope music, but like to hear his like goofy stoner ass in an interview and shit, like right away, like I was like, I'm out. It is what it is.
I don't mind it because, like I said, I don't care for Joe Rogan's stand up, but I do care for his empathetic ways. I like how he's very understanding, and when he approaches people, even when he's arguing or debating, not so much arguing, but he could maybe aggressively discuss, I guess you would say, instead of arguing.
You hear that, Joe? He thinks you're not funny, dude.
No, I don't know. He's just his own thing.
Huh?
I don't know. But Rogan is, you know what I mean? He appreciates the honesty. I know he does. But I like the fact that everything is real in his podcast.
Yeah.
So, which is why I like it. Which is why it's something that like I kind of mimic in a sense. I mean, I don't follow his ways. I don't try to talk like him or anything. The only thing I would ever say that I follow that he does is that I want everything to be real. I don't cut anything in these videos. I don't add anything more than I need to other than the music for the intro. And I let everything play. Everything that's recorded just plays.
Hey, dude, where's your flamethrower, dude?
Oh, dude, I need one of those. The Boring from the Boring Company, or Boring Inc. Or what is it?
Where's your? Can I hold the sword? I want to hold the sword, dude. Pause.
I need I need Buddha, a bunch of weed.
You need all kinds of shit.
I need all kinds of shit. I mean, I have a
Good
bunch
for
of.
him though, dude. Like he got that fucking. Everybody, they really tried to come after him. They took Callan down. They took Dalia
About
down.
what?
They took all of crazy ass like rape allegations and sexual misconduct. You didn't hear about none of that shit?
No, I did, but I heard Dalia's shit was bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's like you can slander somebody with some accusations to the point where it fucks them up. You know what I mean? I mean, Dalia has. Dalia has enough money to where like whatever he doesn't need to do stand up, he'll be fine. But yeah, pretty much you have like these chicks that came out with these allegations, and pretty much all he was actually guilty of was kind of being creepy.
Not enough to be guilty.
Like he was
right?
trying to fuck 19, 20-year-old chicks and shit. Like,
Right.
Okay, so that, I mean, is that it? His whole career got canceled because he likes fucking young hot bitches?
Did they cancel one of his specials or something like that he was going to show?
He got canceled from he got canceled off. He got canceled off a TV show. They re-recorded his TV show. He hasn't done
They re-recorded a whole thing.
They re-recorded his spot on a show.
Shit.
So yeah, no, he got drugged through the fucking mud, on some fucking guilty till proven innocent type shit. And then shortly after that, Callan got rape accusations, which was no, I'm sure. He got even more serious accusations. You know what I mean? He's a pretty clean cut dude.
Which one?
Brian Callen.
Callen. I'm trying to remember.
He does a podcast with Brendan Schaub. It's called The Fighter and the Kid. Exactly.
Is he the one that was? Does he kind of have long hair?
Well, he's not. He's not the fighter. Because that's Brendan Schaub.
Yeah.
He's the kid. He's like He's an older actor dude and shit.
I thought
hair.
He had like kind of like hair like this.
Nah.
I was just watching him today.
D'Elia has longer hair. Brian Callen, longer hair?
No, I know. Callen.
He's an older guy. He's been in several movies and shit. He was in like yeah. There's a few things he was. What's the show where they go to Vegas and lose the baby or some shit?
Oh, I was gonna say The Hangout. It's not The Hangout. The Hangover.
Hangover. Yeah, he had a small part in that. I mean, he's been in things.
Callen. Oh, that's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy. Oh, okay. I think I know who that is.
Yeah.
But he wasn't on there the last time I watched the show.
He's canceled, bro. So now it's like if you ever tuned
off of that show?
If you ever tuned into Fighter and the Kid.
Oh fuck! I just listened to one episode of theirs today, and it was like one that was released within the week.
Now one of my homies fucks with Brendan too and shit, and Brendan's cool. He's a cool dude, but like he's not a great comic, and I'd say like the underground comedy community kind of clowns on him and shit, but seems like genuine good dude. He could beat both of our asses at the same time. So shout out to him, dude. Got badass cars and a fucking shitload of money. I'm jealous.
You like that one comedian? What is his name? Maniscalco or whatever.
Yeah, I mean
that Italian guy.
Yeah, he's the fucking most Italian. Why would you do that?
Yeah, he's very like really into it. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, he's
funny. I like that. He's
funny. If you come from any type of Italian or Sicilian family, you can find the humor in him. But he's like, super mainstream.
I think just understanding cultural influence.
No, he's huge. He does
in an American society. It's a very like entertaining feature, of people.
He does big arenas.
Yeah, I like that guy.
He's a big deal. But yeah, I spend most of my time just kind of tuning into shit that I feel like is gonna make me laugh. Like, there's nothing more enjoyable than like laughing so hard that you cry. What's funner than that, dude?
Yeah, it's been a while. Theo Von's been getting me on that.
Yeah, Theo's funny.
I just heard his first one.
Theo got some funny shit.
This guy is like, and he's monologuing. Like I heard Bill Burr monologues.
Yeah.
And I heard Bill Burr's epic with his monologues, and I heard one of them yesterday or 2 days ago. And I was like, what the heck? And then, because I just got on a Google Podcast, and Google Podcast started, like, showing me all these people, and then they'd see who I'd like, and so they started giving me all these suggestions. And I was like, oh, yeah, I like Bill Burr. Oh, yeah, I like Burt Kreischer. Oh, yeah, Bill Burr with Burt. And then Theo Von, and then the guys that I listen to on YouTube, and I'm like, wow, all these guys solid. I'm subscribing like crazy, and then I'm getting all these podcasts and stuff. And I just been listening to everybody. So I had a episode of Theo Von, an episode of Fighter and the Kid, an episode of Bill Burr, and all that stuff, and they're all pretty solid, dude.
Burr's a legend. I can't the podcast by yourself shit. That doesn't really entertain me.
Yeah,
D'Elia had a podcast by himself. Burr has a podcast by himself. It's like you're by yourself, and it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I think because I want to listen to the podcast, but I don't always want to. If I don't have to listen to it just by audio, I want to watch it.
Yeah.
And I think if I did watch somebody just by themselves, I think it would be.
It's boring, bro.
Probably get old.
Like the whole.
Unless they're doing something.
The whole interaction between like two or three people, and they're kind of bouncing off each other. I listened to the Real Last podcast with Louis J. Gomez and Zach Amico. Those two cats, like the way they just kind of, when a dynamic is working, where they're vibing with each other and they know how to kind of, bounce off each other, and that's kind of the entertaining part for me. Whereas some dudes are just good with like.
I was actually thinking, I was like, it'd be kind of dope if eventually we got something where we got Castle and Mancini out, just mean that we all know each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And eventually do a podcast where we can kind of all sit in on it,
for sure,
and do something like that. That'd be pretty dope.
If you have like if you have funny topics, what I'm saying, you could find humor in.
To be honest, I think like when you have so many people, there's so much that we can interject at some point.
Sure.
That would kind of keep it. That would keep it going.
Also, it's the dynamic of like people that you've known for enough time that like you can bust each other's balls and nobody's getting offended. It's like, you know what I mean? So like when you get those dynamics in podcasts where dudes are making fun of each other and like shit and everybody and we're talking about like all the shit we've been talking about right now is like these are all professional comedians that get in a room and fucking shoot the shit and bust each other's balls. Like that's you're gonna, you know what I mean?
That's their main intention.
You're gonna get
talk shit
funny content out of that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of pretty much what like takes me through my day of being entertained while I'm at work and shit.
Yeah, same here.
Get paid to listen to podcasts.
Yeah, I throw a podcast in, even though I'm doing construction work and shit. I throw an earbud in and I put the podcast on and I just like get to do what I'm doing and I get going. Dude, they get me, especially when the podcasts are going like over an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. I'm like, good. I don't have to press play, stop, or anything.
No, it's easier. Yeah.
You know,
I'll find something that's gonna fill up some space.
Yeah,
I got screens, so I'll just put a podcast on this screen and then work on this screen.
I'm waiting to upgrade my setup. Right now I've been doing everything on a laptop, but I've been ready to upgrade and get a PC.
Oh, you only got one screen, bro?
And well, I mean, I plug in and I can put it on. I can put in. You see that TV? I've been using that TV also.
Kind of a janky setup, dude.
I'm getting all my things.
Dude, I want to get like right now. I have like a big ass TV as a monitor at my home studio and shit, but it's not really good for graphics. And so it's like I'm on the cusp of I need to update my computer soon. Like I did the Real Engine 4 when they came out with the new version of it because I wanted to start doing CG shit on there. Mm-hmm. And when I loaded it on my computer was like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was rendering. It was like, don't even try it.
It looked like AOL 7.0.
Don't even try it. So pretty much I'm kind of waiting for my next upgrade for a new Mac, which I'll probably have to drop a whole bunch of stupid money on and shit. But I like having 2 or 3 monitors.
Like a tower Mac, or you like a laptop Mac?
I'll probably end up going with a iMac. Those new iMacs are like pretty solid. No, not a tower, but just a.
Have you seen the tower? I heard the towers are even
the towers are dope. Well, you could spend $10,000 on a fucking tower and a display, but you could get an iMac that's like pretty much would do
like 6. No, they're like really about like 5, 6. Yeah, because that laptop was like top of the line pretty much, and it was like 3 Gs, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I might need a little more than that.
Yeah, no, it sucks because they phase out. You know what I mean? You'll get like 5 years out of something, and then it's kind of like, you know. But
yeah, I got this one in 17.
Yeah, that's quite new.
20, yeah, like 17, maybe 16, 17.
I haven't had a laptop in quite some time, but a new iMac is definitely in the books. Because right now I have just like a souped up Mac Mini to like a big ass monitor.
Yeah. And
it's fine for for recording at the house and doing what little graphics and shit I do. But the setup at work is definitely better. And so it's like if I'm going to render things, especially video, like I have to like do it at work. And then like, you know what I mean? So it's like I want a better setup at the house for what I've been doing lately.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to do mine. I saw like this dope Samsung 32-inch, like a curved.
Oh, yep.
And if I could have a big ass screen that kind of curved, that it was huge, like 32 inches. When they slim it down to a computer monitor, your 32 inches like this big.
Yeah.
You guys can't see in the image, but it's probably like that big, which is pretty nice because if I don't need 2 screens, and I could do everything, but I know I would need 2 screens.
I want 2. I want 2 of those.
I'm gonna get 2.
I want 2 of those.
That'd be dope.
I want to be surrounded in a
half
like circle.
Have you seen like those
gamers, the fucking gamers?
Yeah, like those NASCAR guys. They're right there. They're like,
dude, gamers get busy, bro. Yeah, now I see some of those setups, and I'm like, yeah, I could see that.
Gamer PCs, they do exactly what we need them to do.
No, I've definitely getting into the world of
gaming?
CG shit. Not gaming. I've never been into gaming.
You don't play games?
Nah. No? Never had time. Never been good. I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm playing games. But getting into
it's kind of crazy. People be keeping their careers relevant. Now, I'm not saying built, but relevant by playing games
through Twitch and shit like that. Oh yeah, no, for sure. No, it's a thing. But
even
like,
YouTube stream. No, people stream on YouTube.
No, it's a whole world. A buddy of mine that I used to go to the gym with when I wasn't being fat, he works at a company that creates games. And so he would kind of give me the insight on like kind of what was going on and this and that. But ever since I got into the world of 3D graphics, just being into those kind of softwares, you kind of see how it all ties into gaming, and like it's a whole world.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gamed like that. I haven't twitched. I mean, I play games. I actually play games at least like 20 minutes a day if I can. I try to.
You set a timer and shit?
No, that's just how long it takes for a FIFA game to happen.
Do Call of
All
Duty
I know
for
is that
20 minutes.
No, I play FIFA. I mean, I play Call of Duty, but I don't play it enough. Like I play
babe,
FIFA
I'm gonna kill 10 people. And
passionately. I play FIFA. I get so mad.
I gotta get 4 goals. I forgot you're super into soccer.
No, my son will come in. He's like, Papa, you know, and I do my best because I don't yell at him. I don't take out my frustration on him. But sometimes he goes up to me and he goes, Papa, look at this toy, you know, and he shows me this toy, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, this and that, or he's like, help me fix it, and I'm like, in between the game and when it's live, you can't pause it whenever you want. When it's live, you pause it only during certain situations, or under certain circumstances. So
you kind of palm him in the face, and then
I'm like,
you mush him out of the way.
No, I tell him and I go, Papa, one second please.
Papa, later.
Okay, Papa. And then he listens, and I'm over here and puta madre, and he's like, Papa, what's wrong? And I go, I'm mad at this guy. I'm trying to beat him. Oh, you're mad at him? Okay, yeah, beat him up. You know, and he gets into it with me, blah, blah, blah. So he tries to understand, but I get really mad. And then sometimes he'll be like, Papa, don't say that. Because I'll be cussing at the TV. He's like, you don't say that. You say, oh, man. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Oh, man. And I'm like, carajo mierda, hijo de puta. You know, and I'm saying shit in Spanish.
He taps you on the shoulder and says, Papa, like, it's just a game.
No,
you're not really on that team.
He goes to his mom in the bathroom, and she's like doing her makeup or something, and he's like, yeah, Papa's getting mad at the TV. And I'll be like, yeah, Papa, you already know I'm getting mad at this guy. I'm trying to get him to understand that I'm playing somebody, but obviously he's 3.5 years old. Yeah. So he's obviously not getting that, which I understand. But no, he understands the fact that I get mad at the TV.
Right now, he's 3. He already recognizes how stupid that is.
Right now, his dad and the TV go at it. every day.
Dad's just fighting with the TV, man.
Every day, Dad and the TV go at it. That's understood. That's a given. So, when I play games, I was kind of thinking, I was like, why don't I just do a Twitch and just film myself and just upload that as content? Because I don't want to edit it too, just like a podcast. I just want to get it, and I just put it in, and that's it. I don't want to touch it and just make that content.
Right.
So people are like, man, this guy gets really mad, you know, like, what's up with this guy?
Oh, you get mad enough to where it's like entertaining?
I think I could. I hold back because Mom gets like that. But I think if I started doing Twitch, I would bring that TV here and I would start doing everything here.
Yeah.
And I could get like that. I want to talk shit to people.
I could get like that.
I wanted to talk shit to people. I wish I could have a live feed audio.
When you're playing FIFA, you're playing somebody else? Oh, okay. So you're like, do you have a headset?
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I haven't been talking to people because I've been refraining, because if I don't hold back, it will all come out.
Oh, okay.
So I've been trying to hold back, but
so maybe
I shouldn't hold back.
You're gonna blow up on some 12-year-old kid.
Maybe I shouldn't hold back. Yeah, in Germany,
yeah,
right? In Germany, like, oh, did you lose? And I'll be like, what the fuck, motherfucker, cocksucker, you know? And I just go at it, you know, and then they're like, Mom, what, Mom? And I'm like, don't call Mom. Don't call Mom. You want to play? You feel like a big boy.
11-year-old. He's like, hey, Mom, bring me another Capri Sun. I got this old man going ape shit over this FIFA game.
No, I said a Twinkie, not a ho-ho.
Bitch. You know how it goes.
Dude, these kids, some of these kids are good, dude. I know they're freaking kids that are playing me.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I grew up like the homies. We like whatever the stoner house was where we all hung out and shit. They would play college football or fucking Tony Hawk or whatever, and there's a few games that I would fuck around, you know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna snowboard or fucking this dude can't hit a ball, he can't drink a beer. That's my problems, dude. Oh Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, it's COVID, dude.
Goodness, COVID.
Good Lord. Can't take this guy anywhere.
I got the most germaphobe guy right next to me. He's freaking out right now.
Jesus Christ, dude. He convinces me to come over here to podcast.
You know what's in his drink right now? It's a bunch of immunity.
Yeah, definitely.
Immune enabling vitamins.
Pour it on you. I was never good enough to like get into it or whatever, but never was my gig. And I feel like I feel like it's already bad enough, like how much shit I do and justify it to like wifey is like that. No, I'm doing this is what I'm doing. Like if I also played the games, she'd be like, get the fuck out of here, dude. And I understand that. You alright, man?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Good, dude. You good?
Yeah, I was waiting. I have like a tickle on my nose.
Don't you dare sneeze, dude.
On your mic. Sneeze on your mic.
Good lord, dude.
I don't know what happened. I drink that. It's like a tickle on my chin and a tickle on my nose. That's horrible.
I'm taking zinc as soon as I leave here.
Right on, dude. Well, I think we're pretty good with this one.
Sick. I gotta piss, dude.
Yeah?
Like a racehorse, dude. And I gotta go get dinner.
Oh, right on.
She was like, "What do you?"
Cool.
you're
We
going-
finished up pretty much.
You're going where? Oh, that's the logo I did for the new shit.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like the.
Oh, what was that
I got
for?
a bunch of shit for the car graphics.
Is that a company or is that?
I'll give you. I finally started an IG page for it. I'll hit you over there. You can see.
Oh, yeah.
You can check out all the shit that I've been doing.
Okay, right on.
Yeah,
So, well then we'll end this here.
Yeah, Banish
Because-
Habitual on all social media.
All social media is that?
Fuck with me. Instagram,
Did you say
Facebook,
one of them was like
Twitter.
one H or two H?
Nah, Banish Habitual is all my all the social media shit.
All the social media.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All right, pretty good.
Banish Habitual.
YouTube too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, sounds good. This is Meatful Talks podcast with my guest Banish Habitual. It was a good night. It was a good day, and it was a good episode.
My guy.
All right, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you very much, and we will see you on the next one. Later, guys.